this was literally a week 4. This was week 4 in in October, a regular season 1 p.m. football game. And it was just a Super Bowl. I mean, of course, and again, shout outs to the NFL, shout outs to America, because there is just some traditions. There's so much brainwashed into our brains. You can't even break it, and you ain't got no business. Because people, let's be clear, people still watch the Super Bowl. Not gonna sit here and make it like niggas didn't watch it. Of course, some people watch it just off the strength of wanting to see what Bad Bunny was going to do. You seen everybody on Twitter and Threads saying, I don't know what he was saying, but you can see the storytelling. Shout outs to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny did an amazing job at telling a story to people who you didn't have to understand the words. He painted such a amazing visual story that you can just pay attention. And I'm saying watching him perform, I kind of almost like music wise, we understood the Kendrick Lamar stuff better. But if you sit here saying like, I'm just watching, don't know what's going on, I'm new to somebody, I'm learning somebody else's culture. Bad Bunny did an amazing job at almost kind of like painting a picture of his culture and leaning into the stereotypes that people sit here where, like when you sit here, if you really think about like all the places that they were sitting here saying they're going to send ICE agents to and sit here and say, because he's showing you like, hey, y'all want to get rid of the immigrants. I'm showing you all the cool things that immigrants do in this country that make us cool and make us a part of American culture as well. So when he introducing you and showing you all that throughout that performance, I'm like, damn, he's smoking this performance. And it's the visual, because again, for most Americans who, especially if you don't know Spanish or you're not a huge Bad Bunny fan and you literally only can watch what he's doing, though, that shit was damn near like a movie almost. Like, of course, or some hip hop stuff. We love what Kendrick Lamar did with GNX and him and the subliminal stuff and him dissing Drake on the biggest stage. But if you're talking about actually painting a picture where 90% of the people watching don't know what you saying or what you got really going on, you painted a picture and made me be like, oh, he understand what's going on to his people in the United States, and he's showing y'all like, hey, don't forget all the cool things that my people offer y'all. That very first scene, when he coming in and he walking through the what I want to say, they said it was like sugar cane field, when he walking through the field and he just and just walking through and just doing different things and introducing different people and showing you different little things that his culture has to offer to the rest of the world. I was like, bro, Bad Bunny, he made me a fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like that jump, I was like, damn, he really is smoking this.
So that would put you right. That would be number one right now, performance wise.
Yeah, I honestly, and maybe,
because I mean, like you said, even looking at how Kendrick was, his performance and like the camera angles and all that, how you knew more into it because of the beef and all
of course
that.
For sure.
So you kind of invested in that, like, but it was a good storytelling. Or even just like how they, with the Samuel Jackson and all that, like he played it, but like this over trumps it because it's more. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. I think for Kendrick Lamar,
even if you take the LA one, well, like even with Drake, you kind of like he introduced, like he was telling his little story of him too.
Yeah, for sure. I think all of them did it, but I think Bad Bunny just did it better. I think because I think realistically, and maybe it's just I'm giving him the nod over them because I don't know nothing of what he got going on. So I literally had to really pay attention, and I'm picking up on all the details where even for some of Kendrick stuff where it was like. It maybe even took people a couple of days, or you had to hear other people. Yeah, you had to hear other people's point of view or what they may have saw to pick it up. Like with this Bad Bunny, he painted like I'm talking about. He literally, to me, it was like I was like, damn, this shit even visually it felt even clear. Like I don't necessarily know it's because if it was on a different network or whatever the case may be. No, I felt like I was watching a movie. Mm-hmm. Like, and if you somebody, especially, and if you like, I'm sure like for most Black people, we love like Queen of the South, or you love any of those Narcos or any of those other cool like Mexican drug shows or any of those things. And the reason why I'm tying that into it, because even what makes those shows cool, they still enter their culture into their traditions into the drug business. So when you seeing it, it's like you appreciate all those things, because if you watch Queen of the South or if you watch Narcos, you end up sitting here liking these characters for some of their backstories or some of their cultural things that they had to get to become whatever kingpin or whoever they end up becoming. So you kind of remember those things, even just when, and I'll play even later when we see something like pants sagging into the Black community and how it started and people using that into fashion. It's different little things in other people's culture that it kind of trickles down to, like even just with him selling certain food and them selling like the gold chains and watches and stuff, like, man, it was just so cool how he just painted that, man. He painted such an amazing picture, dog. Again, like I said, it may be a little bit biased because I'm not familiar, so I had to pay more attention than I did with Kendrick Lamar, because I knew the Kendrick Lamar songs a little bit, so it's easier to kind of like maybe not pay as much attention and you just hyped off the songs he performing. But for this Bad Bunny, was like, it was just so much like, and again, I think that's the difference between like with especially even with black people and everybody else. We're so excited to see other people's culture because we so used to people just taking from ours. So it's cool to be like, damn, he putting us on to something that like we may not have paid attention to, because again, it depends on what area you live in. Especially I'm sure for people in New York, a lot of that Spanish culture is just the norm to them because they, you know what I'm saying, like they interact with Spanish people way more on a everyday day-to-day basis. And again, like I say, sometimes in the DMV area, a lot of that stuff is a little bit more segregated. But just if you really paying attention, think about it a couple of weeks ago when I was talking to maybe 2 or 3 months ago at this point now, when we was talking about like different little pockets in Hyattsville, like me watching what he was doing, that pocket and right there in Hyattsville, like right off of that, whatever, like off of Riggs Road, you could kind of really, in Riverdale in those little pockets, but right there in that little Riggs Road area of Hyattsville.
Is that Langley Pop?
Nah, it's I want to say it's like right off of Riggs.
With TikTok liquor.
Yeah, well, I guess whatever that is. But in that little area right there, you kind of get to see. In the DMV, that's the only place where you can really get that feeling of when I'm watching that Bad Bunny and him just walking through his, and you get that same feeling. So you get to respect people's culture a lot more. He kind of got to put his culture on a main stage platform. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris Brown, you kind of like funny with the money. I'm not a fan. Like I mean, of course, Chris Brown got a huge fan base. So, and some people are so delusional. Y'all gonna support whatever Chris Brown do. But I don't even like that Chris Brown posted, oh, I know this Super Bowl, y'all need me. Like, I didn't feel like that. Like I felt like Bad Bunny performance was cool, and I think Chris Brown was corny for posting that right after Bad Bunny's performance, because it's like you shitting on his moment and you shitting on his cultural moment. Like that shit that white people do. We post as black people, we need to have a little bit more oomph and a little bit more oomph than doing that. Like that to me, that's like weak. If that was another nigga up there, cool, I wouldn't even care. But for like, bro, let him have his moment for his people. Like, you don't have to come out right then and say, you can say that shit a month from now. Like, nigga, you just did the Breezy Bowl and all that. Like, why are you sitting here trying to step on somebody else's moment? To me, that shit was weak. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, maybe I'm not no super huge Chris Brown fan, so maybe that's why I feel like it's weak. Because I seen people in the comment section like, yeah, I agree with Chris Brown, but I think sometimes the sad thing is, even for it's a lot of black people who may just be just as ignorant as fucking white people when it comes to some of these stereotypes. Because I can play Eric Dickerson of I know, I mean, of course, I'm young, so I ain't gonna sit here and say young. I'm old, but I'm young enough to never seen Eric Dickerson actually play. So I know Eric Dickerson from when he used to come on and do takes on with Skip and Shannon, or he used to do takes on with Nick Wright and them. So that's the only way I know who Eric Dickerson even is.
Last time we talked to you, we were talking about the Super Bowl halftime show. So I gotta ask, have you given like some time to like listen to some Bad Bunny and be like,
hell no,
maybe give him a shot?
Absolutely not, man. Look, why don't we get somebody from right here, from home? How about someone from right here in San Francisco? All these artists right here in the area to play at the Super Bowl. You know, somebody he speak English. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be in Spanish or whatever.
The whole thing is gonna be in Spanish. There's a few.
What sense that make? I mean, man, look. Don't give me time.
But Puerto Rico is America.
Puerto Rico,
I'm Puerto Rican too.
Puerto Rico is not America.
It's a territory.
It's a territory. You can't vote. You don't have a right to vote.
Which is a problem. A lot of people would say.
I'm saying you can still. It's not U.S. You can call it U.S. It's U.S. territory is what it is. That's all it is.
So I mean, look.
Can you vote?
You know what? Absolutely, I can vote. You know.
So you don't care. You're a U.S. citizen.
And I think they deserve a shot at especially if we're going to occupy their space, for our benefit. Like even Guam. My wife's from Guam on that territory. Anyways, it's a lot. We don't have to get into all that. Look, but what I will say
is Puerto Rico.
Oh, I know you don't. I know
like that.
We know.
Black. I mean, hey, we got our own problems. But I mean, I just don't. I don't see why they chose that. The NFL does stuff, that just baffles your mind. So they'll do anything for money, and I thank God I had a chance to play in the National Football League and do things I did and play with my family. But as an entity, the NFL is one of the most corrupt organizations it is. I mean, that's just the facts.
And but again, and the crazy thing and the sad thing, I guess, is because this is an older black man, and I think, and the wild thing, I guess, about it is sometimes like older black men kind of like, man, they be teetering the line of just like repeating some of the racist shit that you hear white people say, because it's like, Bro, who like it's the fucking Super Bowl halftime at the most midest fucking halftime. And the sad thing is, I hope that if the numbers are low on this game, don't blame this shit on Bad Bunny. Blame it on this weak ass Super Bowl. You had literally a week 4, 1 p.m. CBS game, and y'all wouldn't even have had Tony Romo fucking calling this weak ass game, dog. And guess what I'm gonna tell you can do? You ain't gotta hold your breath. Let me say this now on public platform, nigga. You ain't gotta worry about seeing Drake fucking May unless Josh Allen completely just shit the bed the next 4 or 5 years. We ain't gotta never worry about seeing Drake May white ass in the playoffs ever again. I wish the NFL take that division shit out and just go off of pure records. Because guess what? You're not going to sit here and that's why I hate the niggas to sit here and just be so delusional with shit. And that's why I like listening to ESPN and some of them. Because I paid it like, dog, the way they had to talk about this Super Bowl, it felt like these niggas was pulling teeth and just pulling the hardest. It was like taking the hardest shit of your life. Like you were super constipated trying to figure out ways to big up Drake May to even sit here and talk about this fucking Super Bowl game. Because the shit was just bullshit. Guess what? You ain't know. God willing and God and giving health and strength and energy to Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, all of those niggas can stay healthy, so we ain't never got to see this type of bullshit ever again, at least in the next fucking 5 or 6 years. I don't want to see Drake May white ass for another 6 years ever. Josh Allen, I pray for you to have pure fucking health and dominance over that weak ass division, nigga. Wake the fuck up and tighten your ass up. Lamar and Jamal and fucking Joe Burrow, get y'all bitch ass niggas healthy, and Patrick Mahomes, leave your fucking drunk ass father in jail, and you tighten the fuck up too, dog. Again, nobody don't want to see this shit. This shit is mid. Nigga, it is what it is. It's 2026. The white quarterback, that shit is fucking, y'all tried it. You had your year. Y'all try to hide it up with the, and don't blame it on Bad Bunny. You had these 2 sorry ass white boys in the fucking jump, and this shit was a goddamn field goal kickoff in the goddamn Super Bowl, dog. Think about that shit. Next year, ESPN, when y'all get on TV and you sitting here trying to if the nigga ain't black, don't big him up, dog. Unless it's Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. Them the only 2 white boys we'll give y'all niggas some pass on. The rest of the niggas get in the back of the line, dog. You try to have niggas skip the line and you gave us this bullshit ass Super Bowl, and don't blame it on fucking Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny put on an amazing fucking performance. Fucking Drake May came in that joint and shit the bed, and fucking Matthew Stafford couldn't throw a touchdown if his fucking life depended on it.
Sam Donald.
Bad Bunny
but that would have fucking
got one. Sorry about that. I don't know.
And again, this is what I'm saying. And this is why I'm telling y'all it's 2026. I ain't even sitting here. I'm gonna make it a race thing because it's Black History Month, but I don't even have to make it a race thing. The reason why Caitlin Clark need Angel Reese is the same reason why Josh Allen need Lamar Jackson. You gotta have some type of animosity. Because if Josh Allen was there, niggas would hate watch, and you would talk shit about Josh Allen because you a Lamar Jackson fan. So you rooting against him. But these niggas don't even got it. They don't even have their fucking counterpart to compare these niggas to. Sometimes you need it. That's why Floyd Mayweather needed Manny Pacquiao. That's why he needed to put the sombrero on. Sometimes you need that little race shit that make niggas even want to hate watch. Niggas literally probably, if y'all would have went full white boy, nobody wouldn't even watch this shit. Do you even know who won the MVP of the season?
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
Man, listen, I was watching. I had to watch. The crazy thing is, because it was such a non-conversation on social media, I had to listen to First Take. Like, damn, because I play Madden, so I'm like, well, Super Bowl, they should normally be telling me who the fuck the MVP is. I had to literally listen to First Take to even find out who the MVP was. That's how you know y'all tried to pull some bullshit this year. I don't know what happened, but it was just like that shit went from the last couple of years that like the NFL was like turning to goddamn like the HBCU Bowl, and then that shit went back completely white. Y'all ain't telling me that shit happened just mysteriously. I'm just calling a spade a spade. So I mean, it is what it is. But again, let me play some of these again. And the sad thing is, I do feel bad listening to some of these clips of some of these black dudes. So just why they pick Bad Bunny? Why they ain't pick NBA Youngboy? I'm like, bro, we are so fucking doomed as a society. Like, oh my god,
who that is?
I never heard of Bad Bunny. I don't know who that is.
I heard performing at halftime, but yeah, I don't know.
I have one. I don't listen to him.
I don't know. Have one.
What the heck's it called? I blacked out the name.
I don't think I have one.
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
I don't have one.
I don't really listen to Bad, but I can't lie.
I really do not know any of
I haven't listened to any songs.
What's your favorite Bad Bunny song?
I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
I think they should replace him.
Oh, for sure. NBA Youngboy.
You think they made a mistake?
I believe so. I feel like it's because, we could have had any Chris Brown, anybody.
I remember.
And man, that shit fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little. I mean, I can't say I'm disappointed. These niggas playing in the NFL. So what the fuck can I really be disappointed about?
Wouldn't know if Bad Bunny walked up here and asked me for if he could borrow my cell phone. I really don't know who he is. I used to have a Bad Bunny. I had this Flemish giant rabbit. His name was Flop. He had one ear that flopped over.
Oh, nice.
And I always remembered, and somebody had another Flemish giant, and they wanted to breed it. And I said, well, let's go easy on that. So they bring the dadgum thing over. It was Christmas Day. I'll never forget this. And Flop and this other aunt, his name was Caramel. You know, I say Caramel. Everybody's my wife. So I keep saying Caramel. And so Caramel, we put it in the cage beside it, and they're getting to know each other. Put them together.
Bro, I fucking hate, man.
Oh, and shouts to Bad Bunny. What's name was a real wedding.
Man, this nigga said I used to have a Bad Bunny. What the fuck? Yeah, shout out to Bad Bunny though. Shout out to Bad Bunny for bringing out that couple that let me do this.
That's a flex right there.
No, that's fine.
Because ain't nobody ever can say they did that.
Like even saying you want to see NBA YoungBoy like this, man.
See YoungBoy do what?
Perform at the Super Bowl. Listen to this stupid nigga. This nigga play for the Seahawks.
Bad Bunny song.
I don't know no Bad Bunny song.
Think they should replace him?
Oh, for sure. NBA YoungBoy.
You think they made a mistake?
I believe so. I feel like it's because, you know, we could have had any Chris Brown.
Man, this shit's crazy.
It was the NBA All-Star game. What?
It's crazy. Let me give y'all a little bit of history on Puerto Rico real quick, and then we can go to something else.
Why don't